Hi, so today I'm going to be doing a fifth grade comprehension lesson using the book The Epic Tale of Arturo Zamora. So the goal of the lesson will be for students to be able to comprehend the text that they're reading by being able to read fluently and accurately. So the standard that we're going to be using is RF.5.5 and is read with sufficient accuracy and fluency to support comprehension. So our objective is that after this lesson, students will be able to comprehend the text that is read by reading a grade level text fluently, being able to summarize three main ideas from the text, and being able to complete a graphic organizer on the story. So some conditions that we have are that students will use the text that they on grade level to read. They will be able to talk to partners and, of course, the graphic organizers. So, and then the criteria again is for students to be able to name three key details from the text after completing their reading. So to start off the lesson, I would like for students to read chapters 2 to 3 in small groups. Um, Before you begin, I want you to make a prediction about what you think will happen in your reading. So, before you start, I want you to think about what you read before and write down a prediction of what you think the story may be about in chapters 2 to 3. And once you're done with your predictions, you can go ahead and get into your groups and read chapters 2 to 3. All right, thank you. And once you're done, I'm having everyone come back. And before you come back, I want you to discuss with your group if your prediction was right or wrong. And once your group is done discussing, I would like for you all to come back. So I would like to know what you all predicted was going to happen. And I would like to hear if you were right or wrong. Great, great. I love your responses. So, can anyone tell me what they remember from the last time we read? Yes. So, as a class, we're going to do a graphic organizer comparing and contrasting how Arturo spoke Spanish when he was younger compared to how he speaks Spanish now when he's older. All right, so I'm going to share this Jamboard with you all. And I can see that here we have speaking Spanish when younger, speaking Spanish when older, and you guys have written on the Jamboard. So he said when he was younger, he didn't know many words in Spanish, could only speak a little bit. He had trouble remembering words for both languages now and or before and now. And then speaking Spanish for older, he can speak English better. He understands more of the Spanish language, though. So wonderful completing this chart. Great job. And I would like to know, why do you think this change happened? Yes, yes, I love your ideas. Um, So now we're going to look at some events that happened in Arturo's life that might have helped him in learning English. And then we're going to put those events in order. So let's go to our next board. So we have events that help Arturo grow in both languages. All right, so one person put first, he was born into a Cuban family who spoke Spanish. That's correct. So that helped him get put into the environment where people were speaking multiple languages. And then the second thing says he lived in a community where people spoke English and Spanish. And so he, from a very, very early or young age, he was able to hear both languages. And how do you all think that might be trying to learn two languages at one time? Or have any of you experienced trying to learn two languages at one time when you were younger? How was that experience? I love your thoughts and your ideas. So, Also, the third thing someone wrote was being in school around others and mainly using English in schools. So, can somebody expand on mainly using English in school? Yeah, so that's like the primary language that's used in American schools, right? And do you all think that that is fair? Do you think that more other languages should be incorporated? Or do you think it's okay for English just to be used? I love the vast opinions. Yes, thank you. So now that we have completed our Jamboard, um, you will be asked to get into your groups and read two more chapters of the book. And then you will need to find three main events of the story from those chapters that you grasp. So before you do that, I'm going to show you how to do that. So I am going to share my main idea. So this is how you're going to do it. So I read chapter 11 and I'm going to use textual evidence to support my ideas. So my first main idea is that family is always supposed to stick together and help others, okay, or help each other. So I think this is a main idea in chapter 11 because I believe that Arturo takes on the feelings of being upset that Wilfredo People is attempting to take his family's restaurant. And then in chapter 11, Arturo can be seen saying, but, and I quote, but love and faith weren't going to save the restaurant. What we needed was a plan. What we needed was to get the family together, end quote. So this supports my main idea because Arturo states that he needed his family to come together to save the restaurant, meaning they must stick together. And this is an example of how you can find a main idea throughout your text and use textual evidence to support that. So I would like for you all to find three main ideas within the 2-3 chapters that you read, continuing on with your group. And you can do this together. All right, great. And so once the teacher finishes with that, the guided practice would be for students to continue reading with their partners, and then they would find the three main ideas as they read through the chapters. They would write down and find the supporting details to explain, and then they would use the book, The Epic Fail of Arturo Zamora, to do that. And then as the teacher at the end, you would go and look to see if they at least had two of the three main ideas captured and use textual evidence to support. And this is the comprehension lesson. Thank you.